mechanism, forcing the two or maybe less, which should keep the...
They're here.
Mating season! Your carriage awaits!
Up and away, yes!
Engines out! The gravity surge must have taken...
I suppose could be your home. The Skar King. The Earth in the last ice age.
Deeper into Hollow Earth and getting close. And that's why Godzilla's changing.
He won't be on his.
An awakened MonsterVerse.
That their savior will be an ape.
Hey guys, today we're diving deep into the colossal showdown that is Godzilla x Kong, the new empire. If you thought the last one was big, prepare for an absolute world-shattering spectacle. We kick things off with our favorite atomic lizard, Godzilla, basically acting as the world's beefed-up security guard, keeping pesky smaller titans in line on the surface. He's pretty much settled into a routine of long naps and even longer swims. Meanwhile, deep within the Earth's core, in the lush, untamed wilderness of the Hollow Earth, Kong is having a bit of an existential crisis, wondering if he's truly the last of his kind. If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more. Turns out, even titans need to see the dentist, and Kong is no exception. Our big guy is experiencing some serious toothache, making for quite the visual as he lets Monarch's Dr. Trapper give him a once-over. Imagine trying to tell a giant ape to open wide. Pure comedy gold, right? While Trapper is busy with Kong's dental hygiene, inserting a shiny new, presumably titanium, tooth, things start getting weird. Monarch's sensors pick up a strange, incredibly powerful energy signature emanating from an uncharted region of the Hollow Earth. It's not just a blip, it's a full-on siren blare that screams something big and probably ancient is waking up. This anomaly is unlike anything they've encountered before, hinting at a hidden civilization or, more likely, something that could really ruin Godzilla's day off. Dr. Ilene Andrews, now a senior Monarch official, along with her adopted daughter Gia, and the ever-conspiratorial podcaster Bernie Hayes, are immediately on high alert. Gia, in particular, starts experiencing unsettling visions, a kind of psychic echo chamber of an ancient past, hinting that this new threat might be far more connected to her own heritage than anyone realizes. The subtle hum of the energy, the almost imperceptible tremor through the Hollow Earth, it all signals that the delicate balance these titans maintain is about to be thrown into chaos. And it's not just a cavity that's causing the pain. This time Dot with the mysterious energy signature screaming louder than a teenager at a pop concert. Ilene and her team decide a casual Sunday drive into the uncharted parts of the Hollow Earth is in order. Joining her are the charmingly eccentric Dr. Trapper, the ever-nervous but surprisingly useful Bernie, and their ace pilot, Mikhail. They set off in their snazzy new Shimmer vehicle, a piece of tech that looks like it flew straight out of a sci-fi dream, complete with glowing lights and the ability to navigate through the most insane subterranean landscapes imaginable. As they journey deeper into this vibrant, alien world, the visual feast for us is just incredible. Bioluminescent flora lights up caves like a natural rave, and waterfalls cascade into bottomless pits, creating a symphony of natural wonder. But amidst this beauty, there's an undercurrent of tension. Gia's visions become more frequent, more vivid, and more terrifying. She's seeing flashes of an ancient war of titans clashing and a clear, chilling image of a powerful, menacing hand. A skeletal claw, no less, that feels intrinsically linked to the energy they're chasing. It's like her brain is a cosmic antenna, picking up signals from a history buried deep within the Earth. The air crackles with an almost palpable energy, and the team can feel the increasing pressure of something vast and powerful looming ahead. It's not just a research trip anymore. It's a journey into a past that's about to collide head-on with their present, and frankly, I wouldn't trade places with Bernie right now for all the conspiracy theories in the world. While the humans are busy playing intrepid explorers, Kong, ever the solo adventurer, is off doing his own thing. He's on a personal quest, a pilgrimage really, to find other members of his species. After all this time, the big guy still feels that pang of loneliness, that desperate hope of not being the last Titan standing. His journey takes him into a truly colossal, previously undiscovered cavern system, a place so vast it makes the Grand Canyon look like a pothole. And then he sees them, a tribe of his kind. For a moment, there's a flicker of joy, a sense of belonging, but that joy quickly sours as he realizes the horrific truth. These aren't free-roaming, happy-go-lucky apes. They are enslaved, forced into hard labor, their movements restricted, their spirits broken. The air in this grim, subterranean world is heavy with the sounds of their forced toil, the clanking of chains, and the low, mournful grunts of captive titans. This is a cruel, ancient society built on servitude, and at the heart of it all is a brutal, domineering force that clearly keeps them in check. Kong, observing from the shadows, can feel the palpable fear radiating from these apes, a fear so profound it's like a physical punch. This isn't the reunion he dreamed of, it's a nightmare. The roar that builds in his chest isn't one of greeting, but of righteous fury, signaling that someone is about to get a very angry house guest. So, who's pulling the strings of this giant ape labor camp? Enter the Skar King. He's not your average grumpy titan. He's a lean, mean, bone-wielding machine with an ego as massive as his territory. His weapon of choice, a horrifying whip made from the spine and skull of a long-dead titan, which makes a truly unsettling snap as he cracks it, a sound designed to instill terror. He uses it not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of his absolute authority over the enslaved apes. And if that wasn't enough to make you nervous, he's got an even bigger ace up his sleeve, or rather, on a leash. Shimo. This isn't just any titan. Shimo is a colossal, ancient ice titan capable of freezing entire landscapes with a single frosty exhale. The way Skar King controls Shimo is particularly sinister. He possesses a glowing crystal shard, a piece of the original Titan's power, which he uses to inflict pain and manipulate Shimo's immense abilities. Imagine having a remote control for a walking ice age, and you've got Skar King's power dynamic, the chilling crackle of ice forming, the deep rumble of Shimo's movements, the terrifying thwack of Skar King's whip. It all paints a picture of a tyrannical rule built on fear and immense raw power. Kong realizes he's not just stumbled upon a sad family reunion. He's found a full-blown despotic regime, and he's probably going to have to punch his way out of it. True to form, Kong, fueled by righteous anger at the sight of his enslaved kin, charges headfirst into battle against the Skar King. It's a clash of titans, literally, and the hollow earth trembles with every thunderous blow. The air is filled with the guttural roars of the apes, the metallic clang of Kong's axe against Skar King's bone whip, and the chilling hiss of Shimo's ice breath. Skar King, however, isn't just strong, he's cunning, agile, and frankly, a bit of a cheat. He uses his whip with brutal efficiency, lashing out with surprising speed, and more importantly, he unleashes Shimo's devastating ice attacks at opportune moments. Imagine trying to fight a ninja who can also summon blizzards. Not exactly a fair fight. Kong, despite his immense strength and his trusty axe, finds himself outmaneuvered and overwhelmed. A particularly nasty blow from Skar King's whip sends his axe clattering into a lava pit, a truly devastating loss, and Shimo's icy breath leaves him with a nasty, frostbitten arm. The deep, agonizing pain shoots through Kong's limb, forcing him to momentarily falter. The Skar King, sensing victory, presses his advantage, making it clear that this isn't a battle Kong can win alone. With a pained grunt and a reluctant snarl, Kong is forced to do something he rarely does: retreat. He scrambles away, injured and defeated, leaving his ancestral weapon behind. But with a fierce back on the surface, Godzilla, who apparently has a really good spidey sense for impending doom, starts feeling the disturbance from the hollow earth. It's like a cosmic alarm clock going off, telling him that his rival, Kong, is in deep trouble, and probably unleashing something he'll have to clean up. Realizing a major threat is brewing, Godzilla decides it's time for a power-up montage. He heads straight for a nuclear power plant, because where else would you go for a quick snack of raw atomic energy? We see him basking in the glow, literally, as he absorbs the radiation. This isn't just a regular charge, it's an upgrade. His iconic blue dorsal fins slowly, dramatically, begin to glow a vibrant, almost neon pink. It's quite the fashion statement for a king of the monsters, looking like he just stepped out of a vaporwave music video. But that's not enough. To truly prepare for whatever ancient evil is stirring, he seeks out Tiamat, another powerful titan, in a hidden lair, essentially challenging her for her energy. The clash is brief but intense, with the deep, reverberating roars echoing through the subterranean caves. With Tiamat defeated and her energy absorbed, Godzilla is now fully supercharged, glowing with an unprecedented atomic power. He's ready to bring the thunder, or rather, the pink atomic breath, to anyone foolish enough to mess with his world order. Meanwhile, back in the human storyline, Gia's intensifying visions finally pay off. They lead the Monarch team through a series of increasingly bizarre and beautiful Hollow Earth landscapes to a truly astonishing discovery: a hidden civilization, the ancient Iwai tribe. This isn't just a small encampment, it's a sprawling, vibrant city carved into the very rock of the Hollow Earth, a secret world shielded by powerful, unseen forces. The Iwai, who are revealed to be descendants of an ancient, human civilization, communicate with Gia through their shared, latent psychic abilities, confirming her unique connection to the Titan world. The revelations they share are mind-blowing. They recount the true history of the Hollow Earth, a saga of an ancient war between the Kongs and the destructive Skar King species, a conflict that almost tore the world apart. They show murals depicting a time when their ancestors, in alliance with the original Kongs, managed to trap the Skar King and his army in a deep, subterranean prison using powerful artifacts and rituals. The images depict the primal sounds of battle, the ground-shaking thuds of titans clashing, and the almost musical chants of the Iwai as they wielded their ancient powers. It's not just a history lesson, it's a prophecy, a warning that the seals are breaking and the ancient evil is about to resurface. The air in the Iwai temple vibrates with this rediscovered knowledge, connecting Gia to her past in a profoundly impactful way, and making everyone else feel a little bit like they just walked into a very important, very ancient history class without doing the reading. Upon learning of Kong's defeat and injury, the Iwai, understanding the immediate threat Skar King poses, realize they need Kong at full power. And by full power, I mean better than full power. They bring Kong into their sacred healing chambers using their advanced, almost magical technology and ancient rituals to mend his frostbitten arm. The scene is oddly tender, a testament to the symbiotic relationship between these humans and titans, but they don't stop there. Knowing Skar King's cunning and Shimo's devastating ice, they equip Kong with a serious upgrade, a colossal mechanical gauntlet. This isn't just a fancy glove, it's an energy-infused, super-powered arm cannon punching enhancer built from ancient IY tech and designed specifically to counter the Skar King's powers. When Kong first flexes the gauntlet, you can almost hear the thunk of gears and the whir of energy as it powers up. The raw power emanating from it is palpable, a golden glow surrounding his hand. The weight of it, the feeling of reinforced steel and pure energy, gives him a renewed sense of purpose and confidence. He clenches his new fist, and the sheer force of it resonates through the air. This isn't just a healing, it's a rebirth. Kong is no longer just a powerful ape. He's a weapon, a champion, ready to dish out some serious payback. Skar King probably won't know what hit him, but he'll definitely feel the metallic thwack of a super-powered punch before Kong can go. Full one-ape army on Skar King. He makes a crucial ally, a young, surprisingly resourceful ape named Suko. Suko is a survivor, a small but mighty type, who's endured Skar King's oppression and holds a deep-seated grudge. He approaches Kong with a mixture of fear and awe, but ultimately a shared desire for vengeance. It's a classic reluctant sidekick setup, but it works beautifully. Suko, having navigated the Skar King's domain for years, knows the layers. Every twist and turn, every hidden passage, every weakness. He acts as Kong's guide, leading him through treacherous tunnels and past formidable natural defenses that would stump even the most seasoned explorer. The quiet shuffles of their feet as they move stealthily through the dark, echoing passages emphasize the covert nature of their mission. Suko communicates through a series of chirps, gestures, and knowing glances, pointing out specific points of interest. Look, this is where the big guy is weak, or this tunnel leads right to his back door. He reveals the layout of Skar King's entire operation, from the enslaved ape pit to Shimo's resting place. The intelligence Suko provides is invaluable, transforming Kong's raw power into a surgical strike. This isn't just about punching harder. It's about punching smarter, and Kong now has the inside scoop, thanks to his pint-sized, vengeful companion. While Kong is getting his shiny new arm and making tiny friends, Skar King is not sitting idly by. Oh no, he's actively pushing his nefarious agenda forward. Driven by a desire for total domination and a hatred for the surface world, he finalizes his master plan, a full-scale invasion. He forces Shimo, with a brutal crack of his bone whip and a painful jolt from the control crystal, to unleash its full power, aiming its freezing breath at a specific point in the hollow earth ceiling. The ground rumbles, the air chills, and a massive, shimmering portal begins to tear open, a gateway between worlds, slowly expanding with an ominous whirring sound. Skar King's roar of triumph echoes through his lair, signaling his intent to bring chaos to the surface. He's assembling his army of enslaved apes, ready to pour through this new gateway. But unbeknownst to him, Godzilla is on the move, now fully charged and sporting his fabulous pink glow. He senses the looming threat and knows exactly where the portal will open. We see him, a beacon of atomic power, making his way to the surface world entry point in Egypt, clambering out of a colossal hole in the desert with a mighty thud. The sand trembles. The ancient monuments seem to shrink in comparison, and his roars carry a clear message. You mess with Earth, you mess with me, and I'm ready for a rumble. The stage is set, the players are in position, and the world is about to become a very loud, very destructive playground. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Godzilla, rocking his new pink aesthetic, breaches the hollow earth. And who does he run into almost immediately? None other than Kong, looking significantly beefier with his new metallic arm. Their initial reaction, pure, unadulterated primal animosity. The air crackles with tension as these to Alpha Titans square off, letting out guttural growls and low rumbles that reverberate through the subterranean cavern. You can almost feel the sheer force of their conflicting wills. It's like two rival football captains meeting on the field before the whistle, neither willing to back down. But just as it seems they might go at each other like old times, the growing threat of Skar King and his army forces a reluctant pivot. They sense the true scale of the danger, the impending destruction Skar King aims to unleash. The snapping of Skar King's whip, the distant roars of his enslaved apes, and the chilling hiss of Shimo's approaching ice confirm that there's a much bigger fish to fry. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, their hostile glares shift from each other to the approaching enemy. It's an uneasy truce, forged not out of friendship, but out of necessity. The unspoken agreement is clear. We can fight later, but right now, we've got a planet to save. The ground trembles as these two legendary titans, for the first time truly united, turn as one to face the coming storm. The cheers of the IY tribe, witnessing this historic alliance, are almost drowned out by the thunderous thud of their combined steps. With the temporary truce solidified, the battle for the hollow earth erupts in a spectacle of epic proportions. It's not just a fight, it's a full-blown Titan mosh pit. Godzilla, Kong, and the surprisingly effective IY, armed with their ancient energy weapons, charge headfirst into Skar King's forces. The sounds are absolutely deafening, the earth-shaking thumps of titans colliding, the crack of bone on scale, the snarls of Kong, the deep roars of Godzilla, and the terrifying shrieks of Skar King's army. Skar King, ever the showman, pits Shimo against Godzilla, creating a furious clash of atomic fire and devastating ice. The whoosh of Godzilla's pink atomic breath cuts through the air, met by the bone-chilling hiss of Shimo's ice, turning the cavern into a volatile battleground of elements. Kong, with his new gauntlet, goes toe-to-toe with Skar King, their blows landing with bone-jarring crunches. The sheer force of Kong's new arm sends shockwaves with every punch. The IY, firing their energy beams, add another layer of chaos, creating bright flashes of light and zinging sounds as their projectiles find their mark against the enslaved apes, trying to free them from Skar King's influence. It's a truly chaotic, no-holds-barred brawl, a symphony of destruction and raw power, and you can practically feel the reverberations in your chest as these giants throw down. This isn't just a battle for territory, it's a battle for the very soul of the hollow earth. Just when you thought the battle couldn't get any wilder, Skar King pulls a fast one. Amidst the chaos of the hollow earth skirmish, he seizes an opportunity, forcing Shimo to open a massive, stable portal directly to the surface world. It's a calculated move, a desperate attempt to gain the upper hand by unleashing total devastation on humanity. The portal rips open in the sky above Rio de Janeiro, an ominous, swirling vortex of energy that makes a terrifying whooshing sound as it stabilizes. And then, through it, bursts Skar King and a truly menacing Shimo, alongside a contingent of their loyal, or rather enslaved, ape followers. The sight of Shimo's colossal form, its scales glistening, is absolutely chilling as it immediately unleashes its devastating ice breath onto the unsuspecting city below. Buildings freeze in an instant, the sounds of shattering glass and collapsing, structures echoing through the once vibrant streets. Panic erupts as citizens scramble, their screams carried on the wind. The beautiful beaches of Rio are transformed into a frozen wasteland in mere moments, an icy grip tightening on the iconic cityscape. Godzilla and Kong, seeing the horrifying destruction unfolding above, know they have to follow. They're thundering, booms as they leap into the portal, almost drowned out by the pandemonium. The fight just got a whole lot bigger and a whole lot colder, with humanity caught right in the middle. Talk about a really bad day for a beach vacation. Rio de Janeiro transforms into the ultimate battleground, a literal concrete jungle where titans roar and buildings crumble. Godzilla with his pink atomic breath and Kong with his super-powered gauntlet are giving it their all against the relentless Skar King and the freezing fury of Shimo. It's a brutal, city-destroying melee. The crack of Godzilla's tail smashes against skyscrapers. The thud of Kong's punches sends shockwaves through the streets, but Skar King is surprisingly resilient, and Shimo's ice attacks are proving difficult to counter. Just when it seems like our heroes might be overwhelmed, a beacon of hope arrives. The Iwai, having completed an ancient ritual, successfully revive Mothra. With a majestic flutter of her giant wings, she bursts through the portal, radiating a brilliant golden energy that cuts through the icy gloom. Her iconic chirp echoes, a sound that signals hope and a significant power boost. She doesn't just show up, she dives straight into the fray, immediately using her powerful energy blasts and dazzling scales to distract Shimo and aid her allies. Mothra's arrival is a game changer, not just boosting morale, but fundamentally altering the power dynamic. The sound of her powerful wing beats, the thrumming of her energy, and her decisive strikes shift the momentum. It's like bringing a super-powered fairy godmother to a fistfight, and suddenly, Skar King's cocky grin starts to waver. The odds are finally evening out, and the clash of titans feels like it's reaching its dramatic crescendo. With Mothra's invaluable assistance, the tide truly turns. Our dynamic duo, Godzilla and Kong, managed to corner Skar King, a feat that felt impossible moments ago. In a truly ingenious move, Kong, leveraging his upgraded gauntlet, cleverly uses it to redirect Shimo's own devastating ice breath back onto Skar King. Imagine the villain's own weapon turned against him. Skar King, now encased in a shell of super dense ice, lets out a guttural scream of rage and terror, but Kong isn't done. With a final earth-shattering roar and the full might of his energy-infused gauntlet, he delivers a titanic punch. The impact is absolutely monumental, a cracking sound that reverberates across the entire city. Skar King, frozen solid and utterly helpless, shatters into a million icy pieces, disintegrating into nothing more than a chilling memory. His reign of terror, his wicked bone whip, and his insidious control over Shimo are abruptly, spectacularly, and quite satisfyingly ended. The sheer force of the blow, the resounding shatter, and the subsequent silence, save for the distant rumbles, mark a decisive victory. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated payback, delivered with a force that would make any dentist proud. The balance has been violently, but effectively, restored, and the sound of Skar King's final, desperate whimper as he fragments into dust is a sweet symphony of triumph. With Skar King shattered into oblivion, the control crystal that held Shimo in thrall is also destroyed. The ancient Ice Titan, no longer under duress, finally lets out a low, mournful groan as the pain and coercion lift. You can practically hear the psychic shackles falling away. Shimo, now free, looks up, its icy eyes meeting Godzilla's. There's a moment of uncertainty, a lingering tension, as if the world holds its breath, wondering if this freed titan will continue its rampage. But Godzilla, ever the wise and benevolent king, senses Shimo's liberation. He lets out a commanding, yet non-threatening, rumble, subtly directing Shimo's attention towards the unstable, rapidly collapsing portal still open above Rio. The portal is a swirling vortex, making a dangerous whooshing sound as it threatens. to pull everything into the hollow earth, or worse, unleash more chaos. Understanding Godzilla's silent command, Shimo, now acting of its own free will, unleashes a colossal blast of its ice breath, not at the city, but directly at the portal. The cold, crisp hiss of the super-chilled air rapidly expands, freezing. The anomaly solid, the cracking sounds intensify as the portal crystallizes and shatters, sealing the breach between worlds. It's a remarkable display of cooperation, a beautiful moment of a titan reclaiming its agency and working alongside. The king of the monsters, the threat is contained, the scream of the collapsing portal silenced by the pervasive cold. With the dust settled, the frozen portal sealed, and Skar King a distant, icy memory, the world finds a new equilibrium. In the vibrant depths of the hollow earth, Kong, no longer a solitary wanderer, fully embraces his destiny, with Zuko, his loyal new companion, by his side. He takes his rightful place as the benevolent, albeit still gruff, leader of the liberated ape tribe. We see him, a majestic figure, presiding over his new empire, a community that will now thrive under his protection. The sounds of joy and freedom replace the old sounds of forced labor. A collective chatter and grunting of content apes fills the air. It's a truly heartwarming scene, a testament to his journey from lonely outcast to respected monarch. Meanwhile, on the surface, Godzilla, having saved the day and put everything back in its rightful place, returns to his familiar routine of long, well-deserved naps. We see him in a familiar pose, curled up, perhaps in a massive crater or beneath the waves, his pink glow now a subtle hum beneath his skin, ready to activate should the world ever need him again. The world breathes a collective sigh of relief, finding its rhythm once more. Humanity continues to rebuild, now with a greater understanding and perhaps a little more respect for the colossal guardians who roam and reside both above and below. The uneasy alliance between Godzilla and Kong holds a silent understanding between two kings, each ruling their respective domains. It's a new era, a new balance, and the quiet thrum of the world continuing its cycle is a gentle reminder of the awe-inspiring power that keeps everything in check. The world is safe, for now, thanks to our favorite odd couple of titans, and so, as the credits roll, we're left reflecting on the sheer scale of the MonsterVerse. It's more than just giant monsters duking it out, it's a testament to ancient histories, hidden worlds, and the delicate balance of power. This film deepens our appreciation for the vastness of Earth's ecosystems, both seen and unseen, and reminds us that even the most formidable creatures have their own stories, struggles, and paths to leadership. It's a thought-provoking journey into the heart of a vibrant, perilous world, urging us to consider what other wonders and terrors lie beneath our feet. This narrative, focused on world building, truly makes us appreciate the creativity behind this universe, pushing the boundaries of what these films can achieve, inspiring us to imagine beyond the surface. It really makes you wonder what else is down there, doesn't it?